is suing Kristen Morris in the amount of $563. Ms. Matthews claims Ms. Morris borrowed money from her to attend their uncle's funeral, but not only did she not repay the loan, she never showed up at the funeral. Ms. Morris claims she drank too much and got a hangover because she was thinking about her uncle's death, and she claims that's the reason she didn't attend the funeral.
In the matter of Lisa Matthews versus Kristen Morris, I understand you are two sisters? Cousins, cousins. You bought a plane ticket for her to come to your uncle's funeral. You didn't show up, Ms. Morris. You want your money back?
Yes, I sure do.
All right, talk to me.
She owes me the money for a plane ticket, $563. She didn't show up to do the eulogy. She put herself on a program to do the eulogy. She promised she would do it. She didn't want anybody else to have that position because Uncle Martin was like a father figure to both of us, mainly her because her father was not around. He was also her godfather. And she didn't show up to do the eulogy, so she wasted the money anyways.
Show up
and
from
I want
where?
my money back.
From where? Where were you?
We were in Atlanta, our hometown, and she moved to Nevada.
All right, and the defendant was in Nevada?
Yes.
And Uncle Martin died?
Yes.
Who called her and let her know he had died?
I did.
Okay. And when you called her and told her he had died, what was the discussion about her getting to Atlanta?
Well, she said she didn't have the money. The only way she'll be able to get the money is if somebody were to loan it to her. And I told her I'll take care of it for now. She just needed to get here because we needed her there the following week.
All right. And when you said I'll take care of it for now, did she agree that it was for now and she would return it?
Yes, she did.
Was there any discussion about when she would return it?
She was supposed to pay it her next, within 2 paychecks. She was supposed to pay it to me. But it's been 200
did you know how
paychecks.
often she got paid?
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So within 4 weeks, she should have paid you.
Yes. And I've loaned her money before, and she's been good on it before, but this time, I don't know what happened.
Well, maybe she can tell us what happened.
Hi.
How are you, Miss Morris?
I'm well. Hello, Your
Now, you're
Honor.
scheduled to do a eulogy at somebody's funeral, and you don't show up. What kind of madness is that?
First of all, Your Honor, I am very, 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 very sorry about not showing up to the eulogy. Uncle Martin meant everything to me, and everybody grieves in their own ways. Yes, initially when my cousin offered me to come to the funeral, she knew I was in a tough time financially. I'm a bartender, but I'm also a writer as well, a freelance writer, and I'm trying to build my career so money doesn't just come in and out of my hands. I would have never agreed to a loan from her because I know I cannot pay that loan back. I'm not in a position to be able to do that.
Well, if Uncle Martin, who means the world to you, is dead and you don't have any money and you want to get to Uncle Martin's funeral, you probably would agree to anything.
Okay, and be that
Am I
as
right?
Well, you are right that I agreed to let her buy the ticket. The assumption that I was paying her back for the ticket is not what we agreed to.
But that's what I'm saying. You said I would never have agreed to a loan because I knew my financial situation. If you wanted to get to Uncle Martin's funeral, so you didn't tell her the only way I can get there is if somebody loans me the money?
I said if I got a loan. And by loan, I was even willing to go to a payday loan. I was willing to go anywhere aside from my cousin.
Well, what's the difference? A
you
loan
can
is a
go to your
loan is a loan.
boyfriend.
What's the difference?
Well, we're not talking about my boyfriend.
No. A loan is a loan is a loan. The only way I can come is if I get a loan. And she says, okay, I got you. So now there's your loan.
Well, no, but she didn't say a loan. She said don't work. She said don't run out and get a loan. She said I got you. I'll take care of it. So
Only
under
way
that,
I can come is if I get a loan. Don't go get one from third party because I have it.
right. And so,
So
that
why
was.
did you think that's a loan?
I would think that that was my cousin who was looking out for me to get me a ticket.
Why?
A loan
Why
would
would
be,
she do that? Why should
a
she
loan
do that
would be
for you?
because she's my cousin. If she cared about me so much for me to get to Uncle Martin's funeral, she would have done that.
You're
in
Uncle
the
Martin's
past,
goddaughter. If you cared so much to get to Uncle Martin's funeral, would you ask somebody for a loan?
I would do what I had to do to get there.
There you go.
I would now ask her
Include
for a
the
loan.
loan.
Ask her for a loan. Yeah, I would ask someone, but I would prefer not to ask her for a loan because asking her for $20 is like asking her for a kidney. So there's no way that I would put myself in a position. I
But
didn't
she
ask.
said you
I didn't
asked her.
ask. I
She
didn't
said
ask,
you've
you
asked her in the
offered.
past, so I guess
She
you got
offered.
plenty kidneys.
And as a matter of fact, she offered, ma'am, and I did take her up on her offer. I have evidence here proving that there was no mention of a loan in an email that she and I both interacted.
You my kidney, and I'm not giving you a kidney.
Because I was in mourning of my uncle, and I had a few days to get home to see my uncle, who was also my father.
Oh,
and the history is, Judge Maybelline, the reason why I would rather go and get a 29% interest loan than borrow money from my cousin is because they don't have very good things to say about me. They have their opinions about me for leaving the home. They feel like I turned my back on the family when I left to go pursue my own ambitions in Nevada.
No, you
and
left
so
to follow your no-good boyfriend, pay all his bills. That's why you couldn't afford the plane ticket.
Okay, ma'am, I have a boyfriend, and so yes, he and I do work in harmony as a team. You don't know about team membership
He's
and
an
boyfriend and
alcoholic.
relationship because you don't have one. So
I
you
don't
don't know
want
how
that
to work in
I
tandem
don't
with
want
your
that
partner.
I can afford
However,
to buy
I
a plane
do
ticket
have,
and yours.
I guess you do,
But he
because
cannot.
you don't have anybody else to spend money on,
Oh,
honey.
whatever.
So
He
you
don't
spend your
either.
money on you.
He can't spend money on nobody, not even
But
himself.
he can't rub my back, keep
Seem
me
to be
warm at
enjoying
night.
the,
He
warm
also
at night.
runs my
Stop
banner
on the
for me.
blanket
He can
and a
also
massage.
make
When they
food for
get
me
through
every
with all
day and
that,
tell me
he's
how
gonna make
beautiful
a
I am. I'm
decision.
sure no
Great.
one's
Hey,
doing that for
listen.
you. I'm sure that's
Maybe
still
they're gonna work it out
Don't
for
even
their
matter.
Maybe
My
they'll figure out a
bills is
decision right
paid.
now.
Okay, as are mine.
Yours
As are
is it.
mine. Your Honor, as are mine.
You finished? Whole lot of wasted breath. Your evidence
Yes.
from Lisa.
Yes, ma'am.
I just booked your flight. It leaves 6:30 Nevada. I'm glad you'll be making it out here. I know Uncle Martin would have appreciated it. I took care of your ticket for now. For now. That phrase usually means giving it to you in advance, got to give it back. Your evidence you presented. Loan. Come on with something else you want to talk about.
Okay. In the past, ma'am, when she has loaned me, like for instance, she loaned me $200 one time to help me pay for my car note when I first got
We're
to
not talking
Nevada.
about the past. We're talking about this plane ticket.
Right. And so in that time, she said that you have 2 weeks, pay me back when you get paid. This time there was no set date as to when anybody
Okay,
was
so
to
she
pay.
didn't give you a certain time.
She didn't
to
give
pay
me
it
a
back.
certain time, so therefore I was unaware of the fact that it was a loan.
But you gave me your evidence and said I could prove to you that it wasn't by the emails between us.
For me,
and
that
this
is proof.
email says, no, this email proves it's a loan.
If someone tells me they got me, then I'm assuming that they got me.
For now.
That to me is
Which
still
means
up
it's
in the
not
air.
forever. You gonna give me back my money.
But she hasn't. The only reason she's harping
you
on
know
it,
what?
ma'am, is because I wasn't able to attend
Well, you
the
know,
funeral.
you know, you're right. You raised a good point there. She may have forgiven the loan, and she may have not asked you to return it had you kept your word and come and done the eulogy.
Sure.
Not only did you not pay her back, you had the nerve not to show up after you get to Atlanta. Where did you go?
Miss Maybelline, as she said, I was very, very close to my uncle. We left on bad terms. The last we spoke, we did not resolve issues that we had unresolved, and I was torn up about it. My family does not care for me very much, and my
cares?
friends.
Where did you go?
I went to have some drinks. I was mourning, and I'm a bartender. I stopped drinking. I haven't drank in almost 2 years since prior to me coming to the
So
funeral.
you went somewhere and got drunk?
I got drunk, and I was irresponsible. Totally irresponsible. I was sick the next day, and I felt terrible.
And didn't know how to dial anybody's phone number?
Well, actually...
Didn't have anybody's number, couldn't call them and say a word?
No, ma'am, that's not what happened. I did not have my cell phone. My cell phone
couldn't
was
borrow
lost.
a cell phone?
I didn't have anybody's access to numbers, ma'am.
Who did you go drinking with?
I went drinking with some friends, some old
Okay,
friends.
so why couldn't you use one of their phones?
Ma'am, the next morning I didn't wake up till the funeral was
Where
over.
did you spend the night?
I spent the night with my friends. I couldn't even stay at the house. I was so distraught all week.
Wait a minute, you spent the night with your friends?
I did.
So when you woke up the next morning, where were your friends?
They were there, but it was
So
too
why
late.
couldn't you use somebody's phone and call one of your family members?
Well, I did after I woke up, but I had missed the funeral. After I had missed
so you slept all day?
Well, no, I slept till about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the time I woke up, the funeral, they were already about to start the processional and take them to the, obviously to the burial grounds. And I had missed it. I felt terrible. I wanted to but mind you, I had been helping them make arrangements for the funeral when I got there. I helped them cook prior to that. I stayed up with my family.
That's what you were supposed to do.
I understand that, but I did that. So it's not like I just came and just dipped out. And
But
just
you
went
were
out
scheduled to do the eulogy.
And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have evidence that she was scheduled
Yes,
to do
ma'am.
the eulogy.
She doesn't deny it.
No, ma'am, I do not.
No, I understand you were grieving. But your grieving cost you. I understand that. And what you have to accept is that I acted irresponsibly, and rather than getting drunk to deal with his death, I should have done something else. You're free to grieve any way you want, but you're not free to accept the consequences.
Yes,
you're not free to reject the consequences.
Yes, ma'am, but I
So she bought the ticket. You should have paid her back for the ticket. Now pay the girl. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Maybelline has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $563.
You were irresponsible by not showing up to the funeral. I hoped you learned your lesson.
And you will never know how sorry I am for missing our uncle's funeral, but hopefully this time you'll learn to worry about your own life.